okay? This doesn't mean that they can hold deposits in cash. This means that, for example, they can hold digital assets. But you are seeing now crypto companies becoming banks or being licensed to, or receiving license to receive banks. Now let's look at which of them have tokens. You have Ripple, that's we're going to talk about. You have BitGo, doesn't have a token, but maybe it's connected to a project. You have Fidelity, you have Paxos, and it's missing Circle here, because I know Circle also received this license. And unless you think USDC is going to $5, yeah, go all in on USDC. I know the bears are all in on USDC. So yeah, maybe you can get $5 with USDC. Who knows? So, but like I was saying, this is a major step, okay? And everything I'm going to talk to you now, you need to understand this is my opinion. This is my analysis, okay? You don't need to agree with it, but this is what I'm telling you. And this is why I think there's the best risk reward here, okay? If not, I will not bring this to you. And this is not my entire portfolio, obviously. And yeah, let me know if everything is okay on the chat, please. I think so. I think everything is okay right now. And don't forget the like button. If I don't have enough likes, I will not give you the degen play. It's what it is. So before going that, let me just remember why I think things are going okay and we are not on a bear market, okay? Let's move like that. And let me know also where you are watching from on the chat. I like to map the audience. So let me just pull this here. Before I talk about the altcoins, I know you all altcoins, but you also want charts. So we have charts. I have everything. You just need to request. So this here is the correction we had this cycle, okay? We had 7 corrections, 3 of them above 30% every time it was a bear market. And right now, we had a 46% correction, more or less. And look here, we didn't, again, I will be repetitive from last week, but we didn't make the new low, okay? We are doing a higher low here. So right now, I know everyone is panic. I know there's the bottom is in or top is in crew. I'm not on that crew. I'm still a degen guy. I'm still the guy that's looking for altcoins. And I still think that we are going for a major move on Bitcoin, okay, in altcoins. Now let's compare with this, okay? Not this one, sorry. It's the USD one. Like I was saying, because I want to provide context. Here in 2021, we dropped 60%. Bear market, whatever you want to call it. And then we did this. We ended up 150%. Okay, this was 2021. I know a lot of people said 2021, you cannot compare it. Yeah, right now we can only compare what they want to fit the narrative. I'm just giving you today the data, okay? We dropped 50%, almost 60%, and then we went up 150%. Right now we are in the 46% correction. So it's what it is, okay? And here, on this area here, let me just highlight it. 2022 was a major accumulation zone. 2022, 2023. And a lot of people, they're always saying to me, I know your portfolio is, how can I say this? I know your portfolio is green, but I didn't bought in 2022, so I'm not green. I understand that, okay? I feel your pain, whatever. But now it's an opportunity for those that are scared to accumulate if you believe the cycle is going to continue, okay? If you are bearish, you just accumulate USDC or USDT, it's up to you. But if you believe the cycle is about to go up, it's about to continue, that you are going to have a nice 2026, then I believe you should look at these altcoins, okay? So, again, we saw this, okay? I'm not scared. We saw this correction several times, and I'm okay with that. And I will start with this one, okay? I want to start with this one, and because this is big. Sorry. I want to start with XRP, okay? You know I'm an XRP fan. My average price on XRP is around 30 cents and whatever, okay? But what they are doing, I don't care if you are a maxi, if you don't like XRP, I don't care about that, okay? And I'm not a max of anything. I'm a guy that likes to make money. And here we go. Look, Ripple just got the license to be a bank, a national trust bank, okay? They are doing acquisitions. Even Solana saw the light, okay? Let me show this. Even Solana saw the light and added wrapped XRP to the network, okay? This is what happened with XRP. Easy. This is what's happening with XRP. Everyone wants a piece of the pie. Okay, Solana added XRP. You can now trade XRP and spend your precious Solana if you're a Solana maxi. You can do DeFi with XRP with wrapped XRP. Okay, there you go. Even Ren now can play with XRP. Even Ren now can play with XRP. And I need your help here, okay? Because I don't know if you know this, but the bull run will only resume when Ren says something positive about XRP, okay? So you should go on X, tell them to say something positive if you want to have a bullish 2026. If you don't do this, expect the bear market to start today. Easy as this, okay? Now, but now let's look from here. And I want to understand this. Some people think that the XRP chart is showing distribution, seeing distribution, okay? I don't believe that. I might be wrong. Like I said, I'm in profits on XRP. My average price is like 30 cents, 33 cents to be precise. But I think this is the week of reaccumulation pattern, okay? Reaccumulation pattern, not the distribution pattern. Might be wrong here. Just my opinion, this is what I'm seeing on the chart, and this is the weekly chart. What do we have here? We have a major move from November 2024 from 47 cents, 50 cents, whatever, to $3.70. This is what happened in XRP. And I know that most of the people that did XRP missed this move, okay? That's okay with that. I miss moves every day. But I'm not blinded by ideologies, okay? I'm not blinded by that. I want to make money. So if you look here in the 10th of October, we had a major week, $1.24. We recover immediately practically to $2.50. And now we are at the $2 support, okay? $2 support. You need to understand this. We are at the $2 support, and I think we might still come lower, okay? I'm not telling you that we are going to launch immediately. I'm just telling you that XRP hasn't had a single outflow in XRP spot ETF since their launch, okay? They have the most successful launch of any spot ETF with 58 million, and now they just launched the wrapped XRP in Ethereum and Solana, and they're going to be a bank, okay, with Ripple. So I think the risk reward here is massive. It's massive, okay? Massive. So it's up to you. My invalidation will be if you decide to invest, whatever. This is not a bad area to start accumulating, but if you see a drop below $1.60, then it will be your invalidation and maybe you can go out, okay? We are talking about risking, I don't know, let's say, let's come here. I don't know why everyone hates XRP. So let's say this. If you are just targeting the next all-time high, the previous all-time high, you are risking 20% on spot, not leverage, this is spot, for an 80% move, okay? Which I believe it will be higher, but this is the risk reward you are having here, because this will be the invalidation point, okay? A weekly close under $1.60, and you will see a major drop, and you could exit. So it's a 22% risk for an 80% move. And this is my view, my opinion, okay? This is a good risk reward. And like I said, but first you need to take Rand and tell him to say something positive about XRP. But I do believe the risk reward is here, okay? And like I said, I'm not a maxi of anything. I'm just a guy that likes to make money. And I'm always looking for opportunities to make money. Easy, okay? And now the next one, I know it's a risky one. I know Rand loves this one. I know it's I think it's one of Rand's top holdings. So, how can I say this? It's HBAR. I want to talk a bit about HBAR, and I'm going to tell you why I include HBAR here, okay? Like I said here, one of the companies that received the banking license was BitGo. And BitGo is on the Governance Council from HBAR. Okay? Listen about this. BitGo is one of the companies that is on the Governance Council of HBAR that just received a trust bank conditional license. Okay? So, and you have another ones. You have Google, you have IBM, whatever. And from a technical point of view, this is where HBAR is right now. Okay? This is where HBAR is right now. So, again, if you believe the cycle is going to continue, if you study HBAR and you like HBAR, if you study the Governance Council of Hedera, and you need to study a lot, okay? I think HBAR is starting to show a good risk-reward here, okay? A good risk-reward here. It might come lower also like XRP. My invalidation point here will be 8 cents, okay? Around here, let me just mark it for you. Then I'll go to the comments, okay? Let me just come here. I would place my invalidation here. A weekly close below 7.5 cents, and I would exit, okay? But I think it's starting to be in a really risk-reward point of view. It's aligning for HBAR, okay? And I want to tell you this, HBAR went from, it actually outperformed Bitcoin, but yeah, I'm not going to tell you that today. So this is what HBAR did, okay? This is what HBAR did in November 2024 till January 2025, okay? 800%. It goes up a lot, it drops a lot, but when it moves massively. So yeah, I'm an HBAR holder. My average price is under 4 cents. It's now at 12 cents, I think so. It was at 10x. And I sold partially, but then I started accumulating again. And I still think that it's going to perform really well for the reason that I just told you, okay? It's easy. You go to check the Governance Council. HBAR is here. It was here in 2021. It was dead in 2022. It's always dead, whatever. But yeah, they have an HBAR ETF. It's having demand. So up to you. I can say this is just what I'm seeing, what I'm doing, what I'm showing you. And then if you want to compare with Solana, we can say they process more transactions, zero cost virtually, and Solana even adopted some of HBAR technology. Okay, some of HBAR technology. So yeah, it's what it is, and it's up to you if you want to research and invest. Not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm seeing right now. Okay, let me see one thing here. I cannot see the likes here. How many likes do I have? I have people watching from all over the world. Awesome. And also, I'm sorry for saying this, but props for the people in Portugal because it's 7:30 here a.m. and there's people already awakened to see the live stream, which is awesome. Sorry, and again, sorry for my voice. And let me know if the stream is okay because of like I said, I'm streaming via Starlink. I need to see how many likes I have. How many do I have here? I cannot see it. Let me check here. Someone needs to tell me how many likes I have to see if I'm going to give you the DGen play or not. So another one that I'm going to talk to right now, and I mentioned this one last stream because I really like this one. It's Curve, okay? And I don't know if you like DeFi or not. That's not the thing here. I just want to tell you that Curve for now, from a technical point of view, it's my favorite, okay? It's my favorite one. So from a technical point of view, it's my favorite one, okay? And this is pure TA. I'm not going to tell you about even the rest, okay? I'm telling you about from pure TA, this is my favorite one, okay? And I remember that it's boring, DeFi is dead, whatever you want to call it. But if Ethereum runs, if Ethereum's BTC pair really breakouts as we are seeing right now, sorry, yeah, we are going to see a major move on Curve. That's what I believe, okay? And you might not agree with me, and I'm okay with that. And look, I think it was Kyle that said yesterday something about Raymond, and it's like this. What you are betting here is like, while we eat Raymond on 2026, will I eat caviar in 2026? It's easy. That's the bet here, okay? I'm hoping that I'm investing to eat caviar, but I'm okay if I have to eat Raymond. Okay, let's say like this. But from a technical point of view, Curve is one of the best ones that I have to show you here, and I'm going to show you why, okay? And tell you why, of course. So, Curve has one thing, and I told you I love this type of charts last live stream. So, I think it was beginning of this year, Curve went from 23 cents to $1.30. Major move, okay? Because this is DeFi. And when a DeFi token like Curve reaches certain levels, there's demand. And if you look here, like XRP, we are seeing more a week of reaccumulation than distribution, okay? Than distribution. So there we go. This is what we are seeing, this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm seeing from a technical point of view. From the fundamental part, and I know most of you probably doesn't like the fundamentals, but yeah, this is DeFi, okay? It's the backbone of DeFi, Curve Finance. It's an awesome one. So they process a lot of DeFi, they have a lot of TVL. I don't want to go that way because I know probably you doesn't like the fundamental things. But yeah, look at this accumulation that you are having here since 2022. This is pure accumulation, okay? Pure accumulation. So I do believe that this might be one of the best plays here from a technical point of view if we connect the dots with Ethereum BTC breaking out. And so, yeah, we know that the price can move. We saw it here. And I think it will move, to be honest. I do believe it's going to move. So I want you to, let's say like this, invalidation will be a close below 17 cents. And again, this is spot, it's not leverage, okay? If you're going to go leverage with this, you might looking for a 50% drop for, pull this here. This is the risk reward you need to define, okay? Let's say 50% drop to 250% up. If it goes to $1.30 only, okay? If you go to $1.43 only, you are going for $250%, okay? Easy, okay? So it's up to you. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. If you go to my X, I know it's in Portuguese, but you can translate. In 2022, I didn't do it in English. I was called stupid because I bought HBAR at 4 cents, XRP at 30 cents, silver at 15. So I like when people call me stupid for doing this type of investments, but usually they end up going well. So please keep calling me stupid because I really like that. So, but this is what I'm seeing on Curve, okay? This is what I'm seeing on Curve, and yeah, I think you should look at it. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. I'm just telling you, look, just look at it and whatever, make your decision. So, but remember, if I'm right, because I can be wrong, and I'm okay with that, and we start to see green candles, don't come to the chat to ask, no, it's a good time to buy anything, okay? Because it happens a lot. I know it happens a lot. So let me see now how we are doing here. So we have 200 people watching. I don't know if I'm going to give you the DGen play right now. I will wait a little bit more. I wanted to give you a DGen play, but I'm not going to do it. So let's look at Bitcoin right now, see what's happening, and at least what I'm seeing here. I would be careful with Bitcoin right now. I have still one more altcoin that I want to tell you, but I need to see more commitment from the point of view. Sorry. And everything is going okay with the stream, right? I hope so. If not, you'll be complaining. So regarding the Bitcoin right here, I still think we are range trading. It's clear. Look, this is Bart Simpson inverted Bart Simpson. This is criminal price action, okay? Criminal price action from what I'm seeing here. But we have been holding on 89 pretty well, and we have been rejecting 94,500. That for me, it's the big test for Bitcoin, okay? I want to see this resistance here broke, turn into support, and then I can say that the worst is over. And maybe we can start to look higher and aiming higher, okay? This is just me, okay? So, and this is my opinion. So but right now it's being rejected here. So I would be careful here. I'm not longing Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is kind of weak, to be honest. But if you wanted to do a long here, yeah, you can long here, okay? You can long here and hope for the best. Let's say like this, that we are going to break this resistance here, okay? If you wanted to do that, I'm not going to take this trade, okay? I'm just telling you, if you want to do it, maybe here, something like this, okay? Something like, I don't want a big stop loss here. I would pull this, losing this support, it would be bad enough. Yeah, I will do something like this. I will at least below this week here, okay? And maybe target 100K if you believe so, okay? If you believe so, but I do not think this will play out very well, especially on the weekend. Just remember the price action that we have been having on the weekends. Friday dump, chop on Saturday, pump on Sunday. But whatever, this is paper trading. If you want to, it's up to you. Stop losses are part of the game. So, like I said, this is with you, and it's your own risk. So, also, if you want to trade, and you should be doing this, okay? Go to the link on the description and sign up for Bitfinex. You have a major deposit bonus, and you can be a VIP 3 just with a $2,000 deposit. You're going to save more in fees. Then you have to deposit, okay? Then you have to deposit. So go to the link in the description, take advantage of the deposit. You deposit $5,000, you receive $700, okay? And if you deposit 10K, 1K, 100K, 10,000K, 10,000K, you receive 10,000, and that's it, okay? And you should do this, you know why? I'm going on holidays today just for 1 week, but I'm coming back, and I'll be here every day with you, looking for trades, seeing what's happening on the market. I only won't be here on the 24 and the 25 and the first 31 and 1 of January. After the 20, that's when I'm coming from holidays, I'll be here every day, checking what's happening on the market, talking about HBAR and XRP just to see you, mad on the chat saying they are stable coins, and I'll be here. So register, sign up on Bitfinex, because we are going to do some live trades during the holidays, because I will not be on holidays, of course. So getting back to Bitcoin, like I said, showing some weakness. I'm not trading Bitcoin right now. I prefer to trade Ethereum. To be honest, I prefer Ethereum to trade because Ethereum is showing much more strength than Bitcoin. So if I want to long Ethereum, I probably will wait for something like this, okay? A drop below here. I think it's going to test this previous resistance as support, and I want to trade this one, okay? And I'll target this, because I think if we can recover 3,200, we are going to 3,500, okay? And I said this, I don't know if it was here last week, but I know I said on my Portuguese channel, Banter Portuguese, you should follow us. If you speak Portuguese, I'm live every day, that if we can recover 3,200, we will go for 3,500, and I missed it for $50, okay, for $50. So, yeah, I do believe that we are going to test this 3,000 level, and this is a trade that I'm going to take, okay? This is a trade I'm going to take, but every trade I'm taking right now, as soon as I'm positive, I'm placing the stop loss on break even, and honestly, with a VIP free, I don't care about the fees, so I'm just paying the fees. Easy, okay? This is what I'm doing, and this is what I'll go for the chat, okay? I'm kind of speeding this up because I want the internet to work, but I'm going for the chat, okay? Just, I'm going to read your comments. Just give me a moment, okay? So regarding the XRP, and although I'm bullish on XRP, and I am bullish on XRP, as you know, and I'm long on XRP since here, I think I shared this yesterday on my live stream in Portuguese, And you can call it luck, you can call it a stop loss well placed, but I wasn't stopped by, I don't know, less than 1 cent. Okay, less than 1 cent. Sorry. So, like I was saying, here for XRP, I'm on this trade, okay, from $1.82. I know my community is taking this one, but I still think it's showing a little bit of weakness, okay? Since we broke the 2005, I think we are seeing, this is going well today. I think we are seeing some weakness on XRP, and so I will be careful here, okay? I'm not going to tell too long, but I'm not going to tell also too short, because I don't think it's time to short. But I know some of you that are XRP haters. I'm going to short to 20 cents. Go for it. And I wish you all the best to try that. So if you want to long this, I would wait for it come lower, $1.98, and maybe it can go up, okay? But so far, I'm not going to short, like I told you. I'm long since here on $1.82. But yeah, I'll do something like this. If it comes lower, here it's like opening this trade again, because it's been reacting here, as you can see. This is a major level where XRP has been reacting. Or if this happens, then I would long XRP. Okay? If you have a reclaim, of this previous support that's now resistance and test as a support successful, I will take this trade, okay? But now I want to confirmation. I'm not just going to long because I like XRP, okay? Or I'm not going to short because I don't like XRP. So, but I love you guys, okay? Anyway, like or don't like XRP and HBAR, I love you guys. So, yeah. And now let's talk about Solana. Solana is different, okay? Solana has been ranging, and this is one of the best ones for you to range trading. You know, you short here, you can long here, or wait for it come lower and you start to long. But right now, it's been holding up pretty well here. I think I gave this yesterday also. This was on Thursday. Yeah, it was not yesterday. It was on my live stream in Portuguese. And I'm still taking this one, okay? I think this is the best setup we can see today on Solana. I'm long on Solana here, as you can see it. And so we might pull back and I might be stopped at break even. Who knows? But yeah, I think we can go higher, and I'm targeting the top of the range. This is one of the best setups, even if you don't know TA. Even if you don't know TA, this is just range trading. You can short here, you can long here, or you can stop here, and then you wait for the touch of lower levels, and you go long. Okay, it's easy like this. It's not that hard, okay? And you know that one day you'll be stopped. On the top of the range, on the bottom of the range, but that's part of the game, okay? But Solana right now, for me, is the best setup, okay? And if you can break this one, then we can start to target higher levels, and let's go here, something like this, okay? But for now, you can leave this here, but you can add this as TP1, okay? Let's go here, and TP1, you do something like this, and that's it, okay? TP1 here, and then you can leave the rest if we go there, okay? If Bitcoin doesn't dump today, as it's been usually happening on Saturdays, okay? Someone wants to long ADA. So, yeah, I have ADA and I like ADA, okay? So, but yeah, I'm not trading ADA with leverage right now because I think Charles needs to calm down and he's too stressful. So Link, someone was asking for Link. Let's take a look at Link. How many likes do I have now? How many likes do I have now? Let me know. Because I have a DGen play to give you. But yeah. So regarding Link, it's right. It's now at no man's land, to be honest. It's at no man's land. So I will be careful here. If it clears this resistance, maybe it can go test $15, $16, and then start to go higher. But for now, I want to see it to hold at least $3.50. Okay? If it can hold this area here, if this area here can hold, yeah, maybe you can go for continuation. But I wouldn't trade this right now. No, I don't have 23 likes. I have more than that. Someone is trying to rag me on the likes. And I will trade this, okay? You need to update to refresh the page. So I have 220 people and 107 likes, and you want the degen play. Not going to happen. So if you want to long this, if you are feeling that you need to trade something riskier and you are okay with that, maybe something like this, okay? I would do, if it comes here to this, maybe, this is a big maybe, okay? But this, I'll have a really low stop loss here. I don't do more than this, okay? And target higher, something like, I don't know, any link marines here, just for the link marines to be happy. This will be an awesome trade. If you have link marines here, like, yeah, let's see link at $19 again. Let's see. Yeah, you are giving me a rag with the likes. Water dude, I know you know. Okay, I'm seeing. You are on my watch list. So yeah, for the link marines, who knows this, right? Maybe you can go to 19. And yeah, this is a risky one, of course, okay? And I'm kidding with the 19, but if you can do this, it will be really good. Okay, it's like it's a 5-6 risk reward. So yeah, I would do this one, okay? I would take this trade if it goes here, but it's weekend, so we need to be careful. And smash, yeah, I want to see those likes. Should I give you the degen play or not? I think I'm going to leave the degen play when I come back from holidays. I only give the degen play if you have 200 likes. Will is here. He knows, like, he'll tell me when you have 200 likes, I will give you the degen play. So let me check what you're asking. ICP, the Widowmaker. Oh, I like ICP. I really like ICP. Love. So someone is asking for me to check AVAX. Let's go. Let's go for AVAX. Look, I love AVAX. I have AVAX. I'm investing in AVAX. And my problem with AVAX is the price section is it's insane. It's almost like it was a meme coin. So AVAX tried to broke out. It tried to break out. He wasn't able to. It's been rejecting the 14 here, $14 and $50, $14.70. Yeah, but it's on an area that's been how can I say this? It's been reacting here. So as long as this support holds, I think we are okay for continuation. But it's, look, I really like AVAX, and they have a lot of RWAs on the network. I know people bash AVAX. They don't like. I don't know. People just say they don't like something, and that's it. Okay. For example, I'm not the biggest fan of Solana, but I have a reason for that. Okay. I know. I can tell why I'm not the biggest fan of Solana, because in 2022 I had a 6-digit transfer locked because Solana stopped working. Okay. So I have a reason to do not like Solana, because I was panicking, you know. I was transferring from one exchange to another, and Solana decided to take a break for the coffee, right? I'm going to take a coffee and I'm going to stop working. So for 24 hours, I had 6 digits USDT, and nothing there. And the exchange could not reimburse me, and I cannot receive on the other exchange. It was a total mess. So that's why I don't like Solana, okay? Because I had a bad experience with Solana. But I know people saying I don't like AVAX. Why? Because it's AVAX. Because it starts with an A. If it started with an S, I would like it, right? That's how people decide if they like a chain or not nowadays. So, but yeah, AVAX is showing some weakness, and I will be careful here. But if this support here holds, I think we are okay. If it starts to go to $10, you need to start to pay attention if this week is not going to get filled, okay? But I have AVAX on spot, and I really like AVAX. More. Smash the like, reaching for the degen play. Look, I'm not that much of a degen, and my degen plays maybe are conservative for some of you. But yeah, I have my degen plays also. And let me see more. If I can see more here. I check link, I check AVAX. No, I'm not a scalp trader, Anderson. No. I'm a scalp trader with leverage, but on spot, I'm more than swing, okay? I don't mind holding something that I like for years. So, but look, it's their line 2025. It's saying people like something they have made money on, okay? I'll go to DOGE. Let's talk about AVAX. Because I think unless you started in crypto late, okay, which happens to everyone, AVAX went from $8 in September 2023 to 65 in March 2024. It's almost a 10x, okay? So people made money in AVAX. I don't know if you made money in AVAX. Sorry, I need to just stop the shades here, because here is now the time for the shades to open automatically. And like I was saying, if you were here in 2023, if you had AVAX, you did almost a 10x, okay? And I'm not saying it's your case, but for example, I don't look for 100x. I prefer to have 10x than 100x. So, and I have a few this cycle, so yeah. But people made money with AVAX. But if you bought here, I'm not saying you did. You didn't make money with AVAX. Easy, right? Easy peasy. So, I love Monero. Privacy. Monero's being really good. Wait. I have something here. So I think it was when I gave a Monero call around these levels here. Maybe. Things that happens when you are alive. What do you want me to tell you here? It needs to break this resistance here. I think Cal has been on the Monero long, right? And he's been telling you to place the stop loss and break even and take profits. And I think it's hard to disagree, right? It's been rejecting here. It's been rejecting here for a long time now. So 1, 2, 3, at least 3 times it rejected. So yeah, I will not touch this. I'm not going to short it. Basically, it's like this. If Bitcoin breaks 88K, I will close all my longs, not my spot positions. If it goes higher, yeah, maybe. But I think Monero is facing a lot of sell pressure here, okay? And yeah, I have Monero and I like Monero. More. 𝗍. I'm not in 𝗍. I can try to see 𝗍. You're asking me for Kyle trades, right? I think so. Kyle was shorting 𝗍. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not Kyle. I'm joking, okay? I'm just joking. So, yeah. You are only asking for coins that are at resistance right now. It needs to break this, okay? And I'm not touching 𝗍. I think 𝗍 is overhyped, to be honest. I think 𝗍 is not that good as people say it is. So, yeah, that's just my opinion, okay? I might be wrong. I don't hold any 𝗍. So, yeah, it's the opinion that I have. More. Let me see more. You round trip the AVAX, so you pay the lesson. That's what it is. Things are like that. Aster. Let's check Aster. Look, I don't know what to tell you this. You need CZ. Go. 2 things you can do after this live stream. Tag Ran to talk about XRP. He will love that you start tagging them on X to talk about XRP, I'm sure. And go tag CZ to talk about Aster. Like, CZ, where's my Aster KOL? So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do to see faster pumps. But it's at support right now, okay? The strongest support is 0. I'm not saying Aster is going to 0. I don't believe so. I think it's a great project. But yeah, it's not having the best price action right now. I think the DEX hype, it's, yeah, the narrative, you have that DEX narrative, then it goes lower, and yeah, it was the narrative at the moment. And you saw DEX, I think I did a 5x or something on Apex, and yeah, it's something like, you want me to check hype? You guys are holding hype? I'm starting to think to be a hype holder. Just because the price action is so bad right now, and it's dropped so much. What do you want me to tell you? I have no reason to buy at least too long hype here, okay? Maybe. I don't know, guys, really. I think this is going, if the market recovers, of course, I think hype is going to recover. But what do you want me to see here? On a higher time frame, I have no reason to believe that this will go higher. It's trying to reverse right now, okay? It's trying, but yeah. I want to buy hype. I want to buy hype, and it's a better measure support right now, but I prefer to buy a little bit higher than buying lower. I don't mind buying after the confirmation that this downtrend is reversed, okay? That this downtrend is reversed. But the support here is huge. If you can hold the support here, yeah. Maybe, yeah. But so far, I'm not touching this. I'm not going to touch hype. They'll learn. What did I say? You just said that people like projects that make people make money. And AVAX was not the case that people could have done a 10x if they were here early. More. How many likes do I have right now? Let me know. I have almost 1,000 people watching here in NX, so. Let me see. I'm not going to look at 𝗕𝗏𝗃 because I don't trade 𝗕𝗏𝗃 on leverage. I bought silver at $15. I was buying and telling everyone on X why I was buying. And so, yeah, I'm not going to check that. Let me check more here. So how many likes do I have? I need to know how many likes I have. So this is a Portuguese channel you should follow. If you speak Portuguese, I'm live every day. And let me just stick here and refresh. I want to see how many likes I have here. I'm not going to check that. Let me see. We have how many likes? Not even 200 likes for the DGen play. You have to wait when I come back from holidays. It's what it is. It's what it is. You have to wait when I come back from holidays. Sorry, guys. I wanted to give you DGen play, but I can't. No, I can't do it. Maybe it's just nothing will happen this week. Or maybe I'll say, look, you didn't give me 200 likes. Now this did a 10x in 1 week. Who knows? It might happen. So someone is asking, look at here. Let me just stop here. Porto or Benfica? I'll tell you something. I don't like football at all. So I don't like football or soccer if you live in the US. I hate that. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like to pay. Well, I have to finish the stream. They don't give me the. I'm not going to tell them the. Sorry, I'm not going to tell them the DGen play. I'm going to tell Will because Will is here helping me with the stream. Sorry. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, these are the altcoins that I think are the best ones with the risk reward. They've been here. Let me explain why also. They've been here multi-cycle. They are still delivering. They are still working. Someone here was saying that no one used HBAR. Let me just give you this, okay? You can transfer USDC on HBAR between exchanges. And it's cheap. Sorry, it's because I've been talking for 1 hour and my voice is like this. So, and it's cheap, okay? I think, I don't know how much USDC is circulating on HBAR. I think it's on the 3-digit millions, like $100, $200 million. But yeah, people don't know this. And they always do transfers between exchange, for example, on, I don't know, how can I say this, on Tron or whatever, right? I have USDC on my private wallets on the Hedera network. I do use it, okay? And I have 𝗕𝗏𝗏 on the XRP ledger. I do use it. So yeah, I use HBAR, I use XRP. One thing you're going to learn from me, if you start being a regular follower, is that I only talk about things that I understand and that I use. Easy, okay? I only talk about things that I understand and that I use. You're not going to see anything else from me. I'm not going to talk about your processes because it's the new narrative. No, if I don't use it, if I don't understand it, I'm not going to share it with you, okay? And always, it's not financial advice, it's just my opinion. But if it works for me, in theory, it should work for you. So, guys, I'm taking a 1-week holiday. So I'm not going to be here next Saturday, but I'm going to be here on next Monday and the days after, like I told you, every day. And maybe I can share my DJ and play in one of those live streams. So thank you for being here. Have a nice weekend and see you all next Monday. Not this one, the other one. I'll be off.